You can improve your 1-hour race performance by nearly 3% simply by swishing sugar in your mouth and spitting it out. No digestion required. Conventional fueling wisdom dictates that you must ingest carbohydrates to delay fatigue. However, for high-intensity efforts lasting under 1 hour, digestion is often too slow to deliver glucose to working muscles before the race ends. The limiting factor here isn't muscle glycogen depletion, it's the brain's perception of fatigue. This leads us to the Chambers et al. 2009 study. Researchers had cyclists perform a simulated time trial while rinsing their mouths with a carbohydrate solution or a placebo without swallowing. The result was a significant improvement in performance, despite no fuel actually entering the bloodstream. The mechanism was revealed through fMRI brain scans. When oral receptors detect the presence of carbohydrates, specifically glucose or maltodextrin, they immediately fire signals to the brain. This happens independently of sweetness. Artificial sweeteners do not trigger the same response. The scans pinpointed activation in the striatum and the anterior cingulate cortex. These areas control reward processing and motor control. Essentially, the mouth signals fuel is incoming, and the brain responds by down-regulating perceived effort and unlocking greater motor output. This creates a dissociation between physiological strain and the rate of perceived exertion, RPE. By lowering the cost of effort mentally, athletes could maintain higher power outputs for the same psychological stress. It is a central nervous system hack, not a metabolic one. However, the sweetness itself is irrelevant. Studies using saccharin or aspartame failed to produce the performance benefit. The oral receptors are specifically tuned to carbohydrate energy density, meaning diet sodas or zero-calorie electrolytes will not work for this protocol. Duration is the critical boundary. This technique is most effective for events lasting 30 to 75 minutes. Beyond this duration, muscle glycogen stores actually deplete, and your body requires exogenous fuel oxidation, not just a brain signal. To implement this, use a 6 to 10% carbohydrate solution. Swish for 5 to 10 seconds to ensure receptor contact, then spit. Repeat this every 5 to 10 minutes during the race. This prevents the gastric distress often associated with digesting fluids at high heart rates. The primary advantage is avoiding sloshing and blood flow diversion from the legs to the stomach. In high-intensity 5K or 10K races, your body shuts down digestion to prioritize locomotion. Putting fluid in your stomach during these efforts is often counterproductive. The verdict: for your next 10K or 1-hour time trial, leave the gels at home. Trick your brain's central governor by rinsing with a standard sports drink. You gain the neural drive of sugar without the metabolic cost of digestion. Hack your central nervous system, not just your muscles.